get into business. Yesterday, the national football team Harambee Stars was in action in a first match in a maiden appearance at Chan. And Austin Odhiambo was the difference as the midfielder scored the only goal of the match to give Harambee Stars a 1-0 win against DR Congo at the Kasarani Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Kenya.
Yes, the star boy, Austin Odhiambo, was the man who made sure that Kenya got that 1-0 win against DR Congo at the Kasarani. And right now, Kenya has 3 points from one match played. I want us to delve into that with Cedric Musumba and Rogers Eshtemi. Cedric, we had this conversation yesterday on what were your expectations from the national football team Harambee Stars, and you were not positive that Kenya was going to grind out something, but the result, or rather the result they gave, not most people expected it.
Definitely, I think before the match, no one actually would have seen what really necessarily happened to Harambee Star. And I think the boys were quite ready. They were mentally actually prepared enough to give the home fans whatever that they were yearning for. And you could even tell how they were defending. Clearly, they were not out to start attacking in that particular game. But tactically, they went into that particular game knowing that if we can as well as protect our goal as much as required and find only few chances ahead, as in in advancing in a 6 yard space in the opponent goal and put either one goal behind the net, that will be a defining moment for us. We can go ahead and particularly win this one. And if you go by the statistics, you will quite realize that DR Congo actually had 26 goal attempts, but they did not actually put even one behind the net. Kenya had only 6, and out of 6, they actually utilized that one that ended up giving them result, which is quite adorable. And I think if that mentality can be carried over into the subsequent games to come, maybe they can go ahead and continue with that kind of particular spirit, maybe advance their agenda into quarterfinal, and they will be writing a history that has never been before. Remember, they are debutant, and going all the way even into quarterfinal, that will be something actually to be celebrated upon.
Rogers Eshtemi, you've always been positive about the national football team Harambee Stars, despite them not engaging in some friendly matches before the tournament. You've always been very, very positive that there is something with that Benny McCarthy is cooking with the boys. Yesterday when the lineup came out, I was asking Cedric, like, are you sure this thing is going to work out as usual? He was not positive. Myself, I was not positive about it, but it really worked Kenya's way.
Actually, looking on that is Sunday's newspaper for the Standard, actually had predicted this lineup, and only I think I got only 3 wrong. Yeah, that is Yanogam, David Sakwa, and I think those are some of the lineups I got wrong. But looking at the squad already, I thought in my mind, I knew, of course, these boys, despite all the challenges that were happening behind the scenes, I think they were somehow prepared. They wanted to write history, and the motivation was already there, based on the fact that indeed they had already met the president and they promised them, guys, if you go there and produce results, he is 1 million each for you. And they have never had such kind of money. And for such players to go there and get that type of, they knew exactly, if we get managed to win this game, we'll definitely be starting our journey towards becoming millionaires. And it was, and I'm really proud of them, because they proved critics wrong. They had a lot of challenges prior to this. Same to Congolese side, who only the coach said that indeed they only had 2 weeks of training. That is always a fallacy that our coaches love to use. But for the likes of Austin Odhiambo and also Alpha Nyango, actually on this particular show, on the Friday show, the Football Slip, I had said that those 2 gentlemen will define where Kenya's game will be, and it did. They ended up doing exactly what we expected, and it will continue being like that, because Austin Odhiambo and Alpha Nyango, they're not new to each other. They're playing at the club level together at Gor Mahia, and they're the one have been trying to pull string all together. And for Austin Odhiambo, it was actually a moment. Remember the previous season in the FKF Premier League, he has been trying to show people that indeed he's able to play at the top level, and there have been critics trying to tell him that he has not reached that level, but he has already shown that indeed, given the place, given the moment, given the time, he can actually do what he does best. And exactly, I think head coach Benny McCarthy, he has already been repaid the faith he has put in this gentleman.
What did you make of the man of the match from yesterday's tie?
Absolutely. He had a slow start in the game. He had some maybe weird passes, but as the game progressed, he tried to settle into the game. Remember, this is the one of the gentlemen who has been most underrated in the FK Premier League. It's only McCarthy who came and took him. Actually, the first game McCarthy watched, it was I think, Kariobangi Sharks against Gor Mahia at Dandora Stadium. And that's when he spotted the Alpha Onyango. From that moment henceforth, he has been a mainstay in this squad. When they went to Morocco, played against Chad, I think he also won the captain armband. And that already tells you that indeed McCarthy is trying to pick players who are little known and try to make them into stars. See the boy like Mansour Suleiman, who actually has been turned like a utility player for the national team. He came in he initially plays as a fullback, but right now McCarthy used him as a central midfielder. So that tells you he's trying to convert most of the player to utility depending on the situation. Same to Ryan Ogam, who is naturally converted into a forward, but he started off as a defensive midfielder. But against DRC, he played as a wingback. That tells you indeed there's more chances for this player to prove themselves as the tournament progresses.
Cedric, at the same time, as much as we are talking about, Alpha picking up that, man of the match award, and then from midfield, still Austin scoring for the national football team, Harambee Stars, our striking was blunt. We expected something from Masood. As much as we are praising the team, we also have to be honest.
Always like being to the other side, the other side of the Kenyans who generally feel that Kenyans is not that quite ripe enough to go ahead and win such kind of a tournament. And again, if you go ahead and pick some points, we can, as well as you put it, celebrate them. But the clear essence remains that this team was not even clear anywhere closer to impress us. Look at whatever your majors mentioned, Masoud Juma, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. What did he do? And that pass actually came from Austin Odhiambo, the
goal scorer,
midfielder. Not necessarily that goals will actually make us feel like Harambee Star is now ready and it can go ahead and win this tournament. But we are also looking at the football permutation, the football tactics. How are they really fit enough? Are they really good enough on their first touches on that particular pitch? We have seen the essence, and we watched some essence whereby the first touches actually was bouncing back to the opponent. Sometimes those hard passes were even hard to control. And even at some essence, I happened to give me think that maybe because the pitches are new and we are playing from the tough pitches, maybe that could have been the one game changer that were really making it hard for our player to settle down very fast. But and again, I might say that maybe as the games progresses, they need to learn very fast and start knowing that the pitch has really changed. Whatever they are playing in, that pitch that actually they have been immersed the spaces to, they are meeting world-class condition. They need actually to change their mentality, permute, calculate their passes, and know very well how to touch those balls. Because the kind of player they are going to face, the Moroccan, they are playing with a similar kind of surfaces. If they don't control well the ball in that surface very well, Morocco going to actually punish them. Similarly to Angola, which are even coming from the clearly good pitches. So they need to change very fast, adapt very fast, and settle down very fast if they want to advance into this particular tournament.
Now, Hassan